It was one of those rare sunny afternoons when the team finally got a break from training. The stadium buzzed with echoes of cheering fans from earlier matches, but today the pitch was silent and the locker rooms were empty. Messi, Ronaldo, and Neymar had decided to indulge in something very different from football: ice cream. What started as a simple craving, however, would quickly spiral into chaos that none of them could have anticipated. Messi strolled into the brightly lit ice cream shop, his usual calm expression in place. He had one thing in mind: a simple, classic vanilla cone. The moment he approached the counter, he was greeted by the cheerful shop assistant, who immediately recognized him. "Hello, Messi. What can I get you for today?" Messi smiled, nodding. "Vanilla, please. Nothing fancy." His tone was gentle, unassuming, and perfectly calm, just like the man himself. Behind him, the door swung open with dramatic flair. Neymar bounced in, his eyes immediately scanning the colorful array of toppings, chocolate sauces, and sprinkles. "Ooh, this is going to be fun!" he exclaimed, pointing excitedly at every possible option. Ronaldo followed, slightly more composed, but with a competitive glint in his eye. "I'll take the chocolate ice cream with extra sprinkles," he declared confidently, as if this tiny challenge was somehow a championship match. Messi stepped aside politely, waiting for the duo to sort themselves out. In his mind, this was simple: vanilla, calm, happy. But he had clearly underestimated the chaos that Ronaldo and Neymar were about to unleash. Neymar grabbed a scoop, swirling it into his cone with exaggerated flair, while simultaneously sneaking glances at Ronaldo's order. "Wait a second, you're taking my chocolate sprinkles?" he shouted, holding up the tiny jar as if it were a treasure chest. Ronaldo's face tightened in mock seriousness. "These are mine. I called them first," he bellowed, waving his own cone dramatically in the air. Messi, completely unbothered, raised an eyebrow. "Guys, really?" he said calmly, though the faintest hint of a smile tugged at his lips. But Neymar and Ronaldo weren't listening. They were already lunging at each other, hands reaching for jars of sprinkles, chocolate chips, and syrup bottles, knocking over napkin dispensers and causing the shop assistant to yelp in surprise. Messi took a slow, deliberate lick of his vanilla cone, blissfully unaware of the miniature tornado forming beside him. Neymar, meanwhile, had managed to smear chocolate on Ronaldo's jersey, and Ronaldo retaliated by flicking sprinkles in Neymar's hair. By this point, the floor was sticky, toppings had landed on tables and chairs, and the air smelled like a chocolate factory exploded. But Messi, serene as ever, continued enjoying his vanilla ice cream, occasionally glancing over to ensure he didn't miss a single moment of the comedic disaster unfolding beside him. Ronaldo attempted a daring maneuver, the triple scoop juggle, balancing 3 cones while trying to dodge Neymar's chocolate missiles. But physics, apparently, had taken sides. One cone slipped from his grasp, spinning through the air like a football in mid-game, landing with a splat on the floor. Neymar tried to capitalize, swooping in to grab the top scoop, but ended up slipping on the syrup puddle Ronaldo had left behind, landing face first into the counter. Chocolate and sprinkles went flying like confetti, and Messi, still standing calmly, took another deliberate lick of his vanilla ice cream, unscathed. The shop assistant, now utterly bewildered, tried to intervene. "Gentlemen, please, this is a shop, not a football field." But it was too late. Neymar had attempted a fancy spin move to reclaim his fallen sprinkles, accidentally flinging a jar straight at Ronaldo. Ronaldo ducked, but the jar bounced off the wall and exploded into a colorful shower of rainbow sprinkles over both players. Messi, noticing a stray sprinkle landing on his cone, casually flicked it off with the fingertip, his composure unbroken. At this point, the chaos had reached cinematic proportions. Ronaldo and Neymar were slipping, sliding, and wrestling over chocolate syrup bottles as if they were battling for the last goal in the World Cup final. Messi, sitting on a nearby stool, simply laughed quietly, savoring the vanilla and watching the slapstick unfold. He thought back to how football had prepared them for chaos, teamwork, balance, quick reflexes, but clearly no training could prepare anyone for an ice cream battle of this magnitude. Neymar, desperate to reclaim a topping, attempted a daring maneuver, the over-the-head chocolate pour. He hoisted a jar high and aimed for Ronaldo's cone. Ronaldo, anticipating the attack, grabbed a napkin, flitting it in Neymar's direction as a defensive tactic. The chocolate missed both cones entirely, instead covering the floor in a sticky river. Both players slipped simultaneously, crashing into each other and sending cones, sprinkles, and syrup flying in all directions. Messi, now finishing the last bite of his vanilla ice cream, shook his head in amusement. The shop's patrons, who had been quietly observing from tables, now were doubled over with laughter. Some pulled out phones to capture the chaos. Others simply sat back enjoying the spectacle of two world-class athletes reduced to slipping and sliding all over topics. Ronaldo and Neymar had now formed a tangled heap in the middle of the floor, attempting to wrestle for chocolate sprinkles while simultaneously dodging flying cones. Messi, noticing an opportunity for dramatic effect, tapped his vanilla cone gently on the counter and winked at the camera that one of the patrons had pointed at him, fully embracing the comedy. Finally, as if a referee had blown a whistle, both Neymar and Ronaldo collapsed on the floor, covered head to toe in chocolate, syrup, and sprinkles. Messi, with impeccable timing, strolled over and offered a kind hand to each of them. "Truce?" he asked, holding up his pristine vanilla cone. Neymar and Ronaldo looked at each other, sticky and exhausted, and nodded. Messi then took a deliberate bite, savoring the ice cream while they groaned in defeat. As the chaos subsided, the shop assistant sighed in relief and began cleaning up the mess. Messi, now content, quietly finished his ice cream and left the shop with a small, satisfied smile. Neymar and Ronaldo trailed behind, still wiping chocolate from their hair and clothes, muttering about unfair advantages and next time's rematch. Outside, the sun shone brightly, casting a perfect glow over the scene, as if the world itself approved of Messi's calm mastery amidst the hilarity. By the time the story spread through social media, it became legendary. Fans laughed at the videos, memes were created instantly, and commentators joked endlessly about how Messi could enjoy ice cream while two of the greatest players in the world were reduced to slapstick chaos. Messi, of course, remained unbothered, simply enjoying the satisfaction of vanilla, a quiet smile, and the knowledge that sometimes the simplest pleasures could outshine even the wildest chaos. And so ended the infamous ice cream challenge, a tale of sweetness, messiness, laughter, and friendship. Messi had his vanilla, Neymar and Ronaldo had their lessons in humility, and the world was reminded that even world-class athletes could sometimes be hilariously human when faced with chocolate, sprinkles, and a little playful chaos.